This is the Earth, our home, the planet that travels us in a giant and deadly space. It protects us from cosmic radiation and micrometeorites. It gives us air, water, and food. But how do we care about the Earth itself? The answer to this simple question is we don't. Well, some projects, organizations, and people are trying to make the planet a better place. But that's not enough, because they are much less compared to regular companies and people who don't care or just don't think about this problem. What problem? Climate change. Let's make everything easy and ask a few questions. What is climate change? How do we know it's real? What causes changes like this? And most important, can we stop climate change? We will learn how to care for our home planet if we answer these questions. Climate change is a long-term shift in temperature or weather pattern, which may be natural. For example, it can be caused by changes in a solar cycle or processes on Earth, like volcanoes, but those are mainly prolonged events. All of these are in balance and everything is cyclic. Nature produces the amount of CO2 that can be absorbed by itself. Here comes a big problem. Natural climate change, like the Ice Age, happens every few thousand years. But after the Industrial Revolution in the mid-1800s, human activity causes changes at a rate that is not seen over hundreds of thousands of years. On this graph you can see that atmospheric carbon dioxide had never been above this line, and after a while humans increased the emission of CO2. The gas of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere works like the greenhouse effect. When the sun's radiation reaches the Earth, an unexpected amount of CO2 traps heat radiating from the planet towards space. About half of light energy reaching the atmosphere passes through the air and clouds to the surface, where it's absorbed and radiates as infrared heat. Almost 90% of this heat is absorbed by greenhouse gases and re-radiates, which slows down the Earth from cooling. One of the best ways to decrease CO2 emissions is to walk or ride a bike for short distances. And if that's not possible, take a bus or a train. Much of our electricity comes from burning coal, oil, and gas. They would be perfect for the environment if we lowered the usage of heater or the cooler. LED bulbs use more than 75% less energy than incandescent lighting. It will not only lower the taxes, but also help to save the planet. Eating more vegetables and less meat can significantly lower the environmental impact. Producing plant-based foods generally results in fewer greenhouse gas emissions and requires less energy, land, and water. Electric cars are becoming cheaper and cheaper. If you're planning to buy a car, then it's best choice to choose an electric instead of petrol vehicle. And the last one, if you have a house that can physically have solar panels, then why don't you use the sun's energy to recharge the electric car, warm up or cool down the house, and light up darkness at night with it? The Earth is our planet that protects us from almost everything. Why don't we care about it?